All right, how's that, Daddy?
Okay, don't call me that because you're a weirdo. Let's get that out of the way.
All right.
So if you actually want to make an argument, don't be a fucking weirdo about it, okay? I mean, you're obviously a weirdo already, but don't you know, don't say that shit to me, okay?
Okay, well, how the fuck do I pronounce your name then, other than Daddy?
Um, you could say it however you want. Don't fuck with me though. Okay. You
Oh,
know,
why not?
well, I'm just gonna leave. But you said you
You don't
wanted to
fuck
actually have a conversation, right? So if you want to have a conversation, I'll have a conversation. But I'm not gonna sit here and talk to a child lover and have you make weird comments toward me. You know?
Oh, okay, man. My bad. My bad.
Okay.
My bad.
So first of all, what are you willing to offer about yourself? Are you willing to give us your age, gender, like anything you're willing to share?
Yeah, I'm 25. I go by Zir Zem pronouns.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, is this like a throwaway account or is this like your online identity Himalayan?
Nah, dude. Why would I get on like a different account? Why wouldn't I use my main?
I mean, people do it. So,
Yeah, those guys are pussies.
well, okay. So, I need you to be I'm not sure how off the handle you are, okay? But I need you to be,
I think
kind
I'm
of
good. I'm good to be on stream. I don't
yeah.
want to get I don't want to get striked.
Yes. I'm asking you to use like, try not to use like very vulgar terminology. Don't sit here and say like very vile shit. We can beat around the
Okay.
bush, but I'm trying to
Okay.
understand, what's
What
your
about the word cunny?
I'd prefer if you didn't just because it makes me cringe. Um
I can agree. I can agree. The unironic use of it makes me cringe, but it used in humorous ways could be good.
uh not really. But okay. So I want you to tell me why you're here. Let's hear the why are you here today? Let's just get that out of the way.
Okay. I'm here to debate Loli.
And
I don't.
what is your like particular stance? Like let's hear your argument. Like throw it all out
My
there.
particular stance is, yeah, it's pretty weird, but I don't think there's anything inherently wrong about it, or that it should be banned or anything.
You're into it yourself?
No, but I had to tell you I was, or I wouldn't get into this debate. You made
You
the
what?
qualifier multiple times.
I'm sorry?
You made the qualifier that I had to consume it myself multiple times, twice in YouTube comments
Mm-hmm.
and again in DMs. So,
Right.
I had to play along with it to even get into this debate.
Well, not really, because I'm not gonna have a conversation with you if you're not actually, you know. But what I
Yeah,
will ask
exactly. That
you,
was the point.
right? So why do you want to talk to me so bad if I'm not even interested in speaking to you? Like, what do you want to
Because
say?
I can agree with the defense of Lolly, but not be into it myself. Could someone defend
Can I
something but
ask
not
you,
also consume it?
why do you have that as your picture? Isn't that not like lolly stuff in your picture?
Oh, that's Gigi from Hollow Live. She's not a Lolly.
All right, so you're like a weeb.
I prefer a VTuber enjoyer.
Is okay, so that's not a lolly, but you're into that probably in a sexual manner, right?
I'd say probably no. I like MILF
Probably no.
preferably. Probably no. I don't know. You know Rebecca from Edge Runners?
From what?
Do you know Rebecca from Edge Runners?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Google it.
Okay, so you're into like anime stuff then, right? Like you don't see that as a lolly, but it is. I would think. I mean, if you're into like VTubers and stuff, that's pretty. It's basically the same thing
How
as far as I'm
so?
concerned. Well, let me
Okay, as
ask
far
you.
as you're concerned,
Okay,
what
wait,
makes it
wait.
the same
So let
thing?
me ask
I
you.
don't care about anything. What makes it the same thing?
I will get there. I'm trying to first define because I feel like a lot of people when they talk about lolly stuff, they aren't very honest about what that really means, right?
Yeah, it's depictions of children.
Right, but you don't. For some reason, they like beat around the bush and they like take something that is a depicted child and say it's not. Like
Well,
every
yeah, it's because
lolly
we
is
don't
like a
want.
little girl.
It's because they
They're a
don't want to
little
be called a fucking pedophile or some shit.
well, that's what you're doing though, because you're into the VTuber stuff. That's also lolly stuff, is it not?
No.
That looks like, to me, that picture looks like it would be lolly.
Uh, it's not like a sexualized GG or anything.
I don't care if it's sexualized or not. I'm just saying the character itself.
I mean, I guess it's like if the lolly turned 14 instead of 6.
Instead of 6.
Yeah, instead of 6.
Okay, so you're not into the 6-year-old one. You're into the 14-year-old ones.
Yeah. 14-year-olds are way better than 6-year-olds.
All right, your mic is cutting out again. But anyway, okay, so you do like that stuff. You just think that you don't, or what?
Okay, so wait. Are you saying there's no like if you don't sexualize a content, but you enjoy watching a streamer, does that somehow make you a pedophile?
Probably. It depends. Like if you watch VTubers, I think you're weird, for sure.
Oh, okay, I mean, I think that eating apples with ketchup is weird, but you don't see me calling it morally wrong.
Well, the difference is that I think that the VTubers portray themselves as kids. So if you're an adult consuming that, I think you're weird for that.
I don't think Gigi portrays herself as a kid in any way.
Well,
I think the company sometimes can push some things, but I prefer her personality.
Which, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If she's a lolly personality, that means...
Wait, but she's not.
Well, I don't know this, but I can only assume based off of what little bits of VTuber shit I see. It's all like little lolly avatars, like screaming and like high pitch. It's like, who watches that? Like, why would you watch that? Is it like you want like anime to be real or something? Are you a Taiga follower?
Anime to be real? Would I want anime to be real?
Well, I want a question.
I think yes. I think yes. If anime was real, that'd be pretty basic.
You know who? Are you a Taiga fan? You know who Taiga is?
I've heard the name thrown around in the sphere. I have no fucking clue.
All right. Fair enough. Just had to ask, just because that guy is a nutcase. But anyway, okay. So you're saying you're not into any of the like not safe for work portion of that?
Yeah, I'm not into sexual depictions of underage children.
Do you watch like hentai stuff?
Yeah.
Which is basically that, though.
No.
It often is,
I don't watch lolly hentai. There's a difference between hentai and lolly hentai. Do you understand that?
Yeah, but I think the culture of hentai is all very it's very much like schoolgirl and like weird shit. Every single time it's like very how do I say this in a way that's appropriate? Like a non-consensual feeling every time I've seen any of it.
Oh yeah, true. There's a lot of aspects of that. But I'd say that that's the same thing about the porn industry in general.
No, because the thing for me is that here's my take, right? Hentai is Japanese, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the age of consent is or was 13 recently, and maybe it's not anymore, right?
I've got no clue about the fucking.
Well, that's what I've heard. But that's what I believe. I heard. I don't know if they changed it recently, but I believe it was either within like the last couple of years or so. Whatever, it was like 13. So, if that is the age of consent, doesn't that suggest, like, wouldn't that kind of make sense for them to be depicting like 13-year-olds in their videos of that kind of nature?
Well, yeah, there's some like lolly shit, but
no, that's not. I'm saying the actual hentai itself, though, right? Because if it's Japanese and the age of consent for them is 13, doesn't that mean they're depicting a 13-year-old? Because they're like, well, it's technically legal.
Okay, so if you see a mama milker who's clarified as being 30, they're somehow fucking 13. It makes sense.
You're talking about a specific thing. I'm talking about the culture with like schoolgirl stuff, right? Every single time I've seen any of that shit, it's always very non-consensual, and the girl is like, it's always like a situation where like it's forced upon her. That's like every single Every single time I've seen any hentai, it's always that.
Dude, I don't know what hentai you're looking up, brother. You're
None.
falling into the wrong spheres.
That's every single one. I remember like maybe like within like the last year or something, me and a bunch of people were in a VC, and I was like, "Hey, let's go ahead and look at a random video," and there was some girl getting like attacked by zombies. Like any video, I just clicked a random video. That's the first thing we saw. I'm like, oh yeah, that's about right. And that's where I made this conclusion. I'm like, wow, it's always like the girl is like crying and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
So that's a little weird.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little weird.
Yeah. So to me, it's one and the same. You know, like if you're watching that shit, it's like, I don't know. To me, I think a little weird because then it's like, well, now we're depicting this non-consensual stuff, which is, you know, a different thing. But
is this like a debate on Loli, or are we talking about like rape porn?
well, I'm trying to work with you because, you know, you're first of all, you're saying you don't like that stuff, so I'm trying to understand where, you know, where you really are coming from on this, right?
I like Dami Mommy with big milkers and penis.
Yeah, nice meme.
It's not even a meme. Budinari is pretty base.
All right, can I ask you a question? Are you straight? You're into girls?
No, I'm the bisexual king.
So you're into guys?
Yeah.
Does that not reflect in your like porn choices?
Oh yeah, of course it does. I mean, I like femboy porn a lot.
Okay. Have you ever been intimate with somebody in real life?
Yes.
When was that? Like how long ago?
My sister turned 18 like 2 days ago.
Is that supposed to be funny or? So you haven't then, right? That didn't even answer the question.
I've had four previous partners.
Well, what were you even saying though? That wasn't even like a joke. That didn't even answer the question.
It wasn't for you.
Who was it for?
You don't need to know about that.
Okay, but that didn't even answer my question. That was like completely random. You realize that, right? I didn't
answer your question. You're harping on something that doesn't matter now.
Well, yeah, because you're making like weird jokes. I'm just pointing out that there was nothing even like that wasn't even related to what I said at all. I said, when was the last time that you went intimate with someone? He said, my sister turned 18 2 days ago. How does that make sense?
Sweet home Alabama.
I see that in the chat too. I'm asking you how that makes sense. Like, why did you bring that up? Like, were you trying to make a joke saying that like it was your sister?
Oh yes.
Okay, that's what I'm.
Obviously, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend that you're stupid, man. You know what's going on.
Well, the point I'm trying to make is that wasn't even like a joke. Like, I had to jump to that conclusion myself because you just said like your sister randomly. I'm like, oh, are you like implying that? Like, you didn't actually answer the question.
Out of other people on my end.
What?
It got some laughs out of other people on my end.
I don't give a fuck about whatever you're doing.
I mean, I don't give a fuck about that either.
Okay.
Like I said, the joke wasn't intended for you or your audience.
It wasn't. That's what I was trying to point though. Like the joke was horrible. Like that was horrible delivery. But anyways,
you guys think it was horrible?
It was horrible delivery. But anyways,
he's fucking laughing.
Listen, I don't care what your CP loving friends think about it. Okay, but we'll move on from that. Okay. So you said you met with 4 people, right?
Yes.
All right. When was the last time?
Was it last time?
Yeah.
Shit. Yo, when did I break up with Matt? It was like a few months.
VRChat doesn't count.
Like a few? Nah, we lived together. It was like a few months.
Huh?
It was like a few months ago, probably like 3 or 4.
Who was it? Was it like a partner?
Yeah, we lived together.
What happened there?
Oh, I did get cheated on. It was not it was not fancy, but you know, you live and let live. You move past that shit.
Could it be because you were too busy like watching anime? You weren't spending enough time with him or her? Or why do you think it happened?
She was also into it.
Into cheating?
No, I mean, yeah, of course she was into cheating if she did it. You know, because action is belief.
Oh, she also liked watching that stuff?
Yeah, she also liked watching hentai and shit like that.
Okay, how much did she weigh? Roughly.
I want to say 120.
How tall is she?
Well, I'm 6'1", so she was like
6'1". Okay.
I'm 6'1", so she was like she's probably like I want to say like 5'7", 5'8". No, no, that's not good. Probably like 5'5", 5'6".
Hmm. All right. Well, we're only taking your word for it. I feel like the facts would say otherwise if we had, if we had the truth serum on you or something. But all right, buddy.
I
Bro,
wonder if I still have images.
I don't want to see
Probably.
her.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, if you want to see, if you want me to see, I'll go ahead.
Okay,
Send me a picture.
so now how was this pertinent to the argument?
Because I was saying that it suggests that you're like not able to attract attractive women or men. That was where I was going with that.
Oh, okay. Now how is that pertinent to the argument?
I'm just trying to understand like your infatuation with little, lollies and stuff.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, I don't like lollies, but I'll defend the stuff.
What's the VTuber name that you like? I'll look it up.
Are you talking about Gigi?
I don't know, whatever one you're into.
Gigi.
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, that's
And yeah,
pretty.
she does have
That's
like a
yeah.
childlike element in the marketing.
That's what.
I said she does have childlike element in the marketing.
Mm-hmm. See, you are into this stuff more than you thought you were. See, you're learning
How
something
so?
about yourself. Well, you said you weren't into this stuff, but you are. You just admitted that.
Okay, so have you ever watched cartoons?
I have at some point, yeah.
Okay, did you enjoy them?
As a kid, yeah.
Okay, okay. Would it make you a pedophile if you enjoyed a cartoon now?
That's not the same.
Yeah, you're running. You're running.
What am I running? What do you mean? Like if I like watched, I mean, listen, if I went back and watched like SpongeBob, it might be fine.
Like for instance, if you watched Teen Titans, that was a fucking banger ass. That was a banger
Uh,
ass cartoon, especially writing wise.
I mean, for the sake of your point, sure. Where are you going with that?
Okay, so does the enjoyment of that make you a pedophile?
I would say no.
Okay, so how does the enjoyment of me watching a streamer uh that has somewhat childlike elements make me a pedophile?
Because the way the demographic that it appeals to is the lonely virgin man.
Okay, I don't care about the demographic it appeals to.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why am I not into it then? Right? Like, why don't I watch VTubers?
I don't know. When was the last time you watched Teen Titans?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean,
DG works under Hololive, which is known for having their top owner, Gura, heavily fake her voice to sound like a child. No way he ain't a Loli Lover.
oh yeah, Gura is definitely for the lolly enjoyers.
Okay, but the other ones aren't.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, there's not just
Oh
lollies in
boy.
Hololive.
Oh boy. Listen, how do you I don't know, man. Like, why don't you just watch like what's wrong with you that you have to watch like people pretending to be little anime children as a stream? Like, why do you like that? What do you
Why do I
feel?
like?
What do you
Why do I
feel?
like? Oh, it's because like you know,
Does it make you feel like you
personality
have a?
wise, it's entertaining. They're funny.
How are
Shit
they
like that.
funny? Like, what's one funny thing that they've ever done?
What's one funny thing that they ever
Mhm.
done? Well, I
Yeah.
mean, comedy is subjective, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah. So let's hear it.
That's not how it works.
Like that they like screaming with their like high pitched voices. Like, oh man, that shit's so cringe. How do you like bear to listen to that shit? You watch a lot of anime, don't you?
Of course.
So it's like you watched a lot of anime, right? And then you developed into, oh, I need like a more personal connection. And then you found VTubers and you were like,
No,
oh
it's just
wow.
because I generally find them more entertaining than flesh tubers.
So why?
So why?
Yeah, like why?
That is an interesting question. I think that like like the characters are more enjoyable and shit like that than just just some random schlub.
They what? The random what?
I think the characters are more enjoyable than just some random human schlub.
So like, why though? Like, what do the characters do? What do they say? Like what are they doing on their live stream that you like?
They're playing games that I like.
Like
Like
what?
for instance, like Elden Ring. I like watching people's new playthroughs of Elden Ring.
So if they don't play Elden Ring, you stop watching.
No. You said like what? And I gave one
Okay, so what
example.
else?
That doesn't mean it's a qualifier for the entire
So
thing.
it's not about them. It's about the game they're playing.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, not necessarily, because you enjoy personalities and you want to
So
see those
that's what I'm asking you.
personalities.
I don't care about
You want to see personalities experience the similar things that you experience.
So what do you like about their personality that you want to watch somebody pretend to be a little girl? Like, why do you hate a normal person being themselves versus someone trying to lure weird adults such as yourself into sexualizing them?
I like how you keep trying to loop it back to sexualizing, but
Okay,
I haven't sexualized any
I'm gonna
of them.
do a Google search right now. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. What was her name? Gigi
Uh-huh.
VTuber. Okay, now I want you to do that. Let's see.
I mean, you're gonna find what you're searching for if you're searching for something. You could search for hentai, and you're like, dude, there's hentai of this character. And it's like, yes,
So what does
because
that
I
tell you
enjoy the
though?
hentai.
Doesn't that make you feel weird? Like, would you agree that the vast audience for that type of demographic is for people that like little girls? Would you agree with that?
I wouldn't.
Do
I
you have
wouldn't.
any friends or anybody that's into that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Like people that you met through that community, or
Wait, what do you mean by clarify what you mean by into that stuff? Do you mean
like
into VTubers or into
yeah,
Loli?
I mean the same thing, but VTubers, whatever.
I mean, I have no friends that are genuinely into Loli, but
But
I have
VTubers,
no friends that are like that. But people that are into VTubers, yeah, all of them.
like people you met online, or
No, no, no. People standing like kind of behind me in this room right
what's that?
now. People that are in this room right now waiting on D&D.
Do you guys like have some weird sessions together?
Clarify.
Like you guys get a little wild watching some VTubers together or what?
What do you mean?
Oh, you know what I mean.
I don't. Please clarify.
Well, think about it. So, what is your household? You got like a bunch of dudes in there or what?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of dudes. Got my grandma in the other room.
Do you have any posters on your wall,
Let me check.
like of little lollies and stuff?
Not currently at the moment, but I do have posters.
All right, your mic's cutting out a lot. You need to speak into the mic.
Oh, sorry. I was looking around my room, so I was getting back away from it. Nah, I don't have any posters like up, but I do have posters.
Of like lollies or like
I have
VTubers,
none. I have none of Lollies or VTubers. I'd
no,
like to get some though.
like anime stuff.
Yeah, like One Punch Man.
Interesting. So wait, hon, who's in your household? You cut out when you said that.
Just a couple of friends, my dad and my grandmother.
Are your friends living there, or are they just over?
They're just over.
Oh,
They just
okay.
come over on a few nights a week.
Interesting. Okay. So you guys never get around and like watch VTubers and do some like weird shit together?
I mean, yeah, we watch. I mean, we watch VTubers, but I wouldn't say we do weird shit while we're watching VTubers.
Where did you meet them?
School.
Cool. Oh, that's a good question. Do you have a Telegram?
Do I have a Telegram? No.
Mm-hmm. You don't have any encrypted apps?
No.
You wouldn't admit that publicly, probably.
No, I would admit it publicly if I did. I don't care what people think of me, so I don't give a shit.
Okay, that is a good question. Also, didn't you say you lived with your girlfriend?
Yeah. And
So,
then I moved in with my brother.
but you're not with your brother now.
Yeah, I'm with my brother now.
Okay, interesting. Hold on a second. Do you use Signal?
What signal?
Just another encrypted app.
Oh, okay, no, I don't use it. I don't use any encrypted app. The only apps I
I'm
really use are
seeing
fucking YouTube and Discord.
people are saying that on Gigi's Twitter, she reposted art piece of her model in a bunny outfit. And then someone else said that her content is filled with innuendos. I looked up her content. Is that true? Do you like when she makes like weird, lewd jokes and stuff?
Yeah, I do like it when she makes weird jokes.
It makes
Funny.
you feel like attracted, right?
No, it's just funny.
Have you ever donated to her?
No, I don't donate.
Interesting. Are you subscribed?
No. Oh, wait, subscribe to her membership.
Like a paid subscription.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not paid. It's not paid. I'm not a member.
They want you to screen share your search history.
How do I check my?
Nah, you can't check it before. Her title is "Can You Have It with Children?" What does that mean?
Show me.
What's that?
Show me.
Is that what is that title, Twin? Is that like her Twitch? Is she a Twitch streamer?
Nah, YouTube.
YouTube. Interesting. Yeah, see, it would help more if I knew more about this shit, but see, here's the thing. Here's the issue I have, okay? I think the fact that you like VTubers at all, you know, puts you in a weird spot. Do you play VRChat?
Oh yeah, I play VRChat sometimes.
Do you
I
use
prefer
like
playing
little
mostly for my VR games.
do you use like little girl avatars in VRChat?
No, I'm a fox boy.
What do you do in VRChat?
What I do in VRChat? Mostly just chess recently.
Interesting. Man, see, like, here's the thing though, right? You're obviously gonna represent yourself better than you know, than reality. And, you know, already we have bad enough things that you watch the VTubers.
Okay, so if you watch VTubers, you're a pedophile. Is that your take?
Potentially. I'm not like opposed to that. Like I wouldn't entirely bet on it, but I would be very I'd be okay with you saying that. Like you saying that, I'm like, sounds fine to me. You know what I mean? Like that sounds like a fine statement to make.
Okay, I'd say that's pretty wild.
I disagree. Who do you think has a higher percentage of those type of people watching their content, me or that VTuber? If you had to
You were that.
pick one.
I'd probably say that VTuber.
And why is that?
I'd probably say because you know, they've got somewhat childlike branding.
All right, that was an honest answer.
So I'd say there are some people that come to it for that.
I'm sure that chat looks really weird. How do you like sit? How do you be part of a community when you know that stuff is like going on? You know? Does that make you feel
isn't that,
weird?
like, literally any community.
No, because like look at my chat. You don't see anybody in my chat right now, at least, you know, unironically making weird comments towards me. Like, you know, like wouldn't you just feel weird if you were in a
But you're
community?
not big enough, man.
No. If I marketed myself that way, it would be different.
Think so, brother. How long you been on YouTube? How long you been on Twitch?
You didn't even like let me finish my statement.
No. This is topical. How long you been on Twitch?
I don't know why. But again, you didn't let me finish my statement. But why are we going with this?
Okay. Are we saying it's years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyways, the statement I'm making is I don't sexualize myself for my content. My content isn't based around attracting people to a child like VTubers are, right? So that's why you don't see.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think it's necessarily the case that like their content relies solely on the sexualization of them.
Hold on, let me look this up right now. Is this girl streaming or anything right now? No. I wish I can see like chat. But the point I'm trying to make is, you ever see like the chats on these VTuber streams where there's like those people that are clearly.
I agree. There's
that's
some
the point I'm trying to make.
Weird ass boomers there. I agree with that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, why would you even want to be in that Like, why would you be like, oh yeah, these are my people? Like these, like I'm on that person's level. Like this is who I
But
am.
like, can you not enjoy watching someone if you know that there's a weirdo in the audience? Because there's going to be a weirdo in most like big audiences.
It's not just that person's a weirdo. That's the demographic that stream is for. It's literally for those people.
I think you'd have to actually make that case.
What do you mean?
Like you would actually have to like provide any evidence.
Okay, so childlike depictions, acting like a child, kid humor, but very lewd at the same time. That sound about right?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Okay, so wouldn't you agree that would be attracting people that are maybe into childlike humor and lewd content? What do you think? What do you think if I give you a mathematical equation? I say childlike humor and features plus adult content. What comes to mind? What is the answer to that? Equals what?
Equals probably lolly.
Which is what kind of people would consume that?
Probably lolicons.
Which are like what? Like what are we really saying? When we say lolly, we say like, you know, weirdos that.
Yeah, we say weirdos and freaks.
So you did it yourself. You said I had to make the case for it. You just did it yourself. That would be the general population of a VTuber stream.
Yes, I would say that would be. But does that make it? Does that make you a pedophile for enjoying the content that person puts out?
You'd have to be like a exception to that. But like the point I'm trying to make is, why do you associate with that? Why would you even want to be in that if you're not that person? Like, yes, there's some people in a chat room where you're like, oh wow, that person's fucking crazy. But when the majority of a chat room or a community is a certain way, it's because that's what it's for, right?
Okay, and would you say the same thing about any of her gen mates?
About what? Any what?
Okay, the people that came out in the same generation as her, which are
The same
search
generation
up
as what?
the same generation as Gigi. Search up Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame.
I'd say about every VTuber, but hold on, let me see. Elizabeth Rose, what?
Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame. It's a chuny as fuck name, but
Okay. Okay, what am I looking at this for?
you know, it's like there are some group dynamics. It's not just like this one VTuber being pushed out there. And I do prefer to support Gigi because I think she's funnier than most of the others, but she does have the lowest amount of subs.
Okay. What did that have to do with my point that I'm making?
I don't know, what point are you making?
I was just asking you if the general
So
population.
you're making the
Yep.
point that the general population of VTubers are there for lolly content.
Lolly and like sexualized
And
depictions of these characters.
all right, and this Elizabeth Rose Bloodflame, she's a hag, by the way. Like she's got the mommy energy. She's not even like lolicon related, and she's the highest one in that generation. She's got the most CCV and the
Listen, there can also be people there that are just losers that are into like anime and shit and different types of it, but that doesn't make it any better to me. Like if you're still watching fucking mommy VTuber, that just means
yeah,
you
so
have
does
like
being a loser
other
make
issues.
you a pedophile?
I would say there's a lot of correlation there. Like there's a lot of overlap.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call it causation.
You wouldn't what?
Like I could say that, you know, a pedophile is a loser, but a loser isn't necessarily a pedophile.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying though. I'm saying if you're like, oh, well, I watch all these little girl
Sure.
VTubers, but one of them's like a mommy, so like I'm not weird. I like that one too. It's like, well, you're just a sexual deviant either way you spin it. It just happens that you also have a lot of overlap with children.
Okay, how am I sexualizing Gigi?
I think the whole dynamic is sexualized. I guarantee if I go on that stream, she's probably making suggestive comments left and right, like all the VTubers do. Well, there you go. That's why you don't actually like. You don't actually think she's interesting as a person aside from maybe her sexual humor or whatever it is. You're not actually into like her for reasons aside from,
That's
deviancy.
a pretty shallow take.
What do you mean?
That you only like it for the sexualized humor.
But yeah, that's all you've said. Every time I've asked you,
No, that's all you've asked about.
no, I said I straight up asked you what you like about her. You said her humor, and I said you mean like sexual stuff and all that.
I mean, it's not all sexual stuff.
Okay, I'm sure there's some like normal stuff in the cracks, but the bottom line is you're watching it because you have like a sexual attachment to it.
How so?
Her Twitter is full of her model and Playboy money outfits and almost being naked. It doesn't matter if she has a mommy energy, that is still a child model. Anyways, yeah, look, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like you're not watching these streams because you want to be entertained or whatever. You're watching it because you like the sexual dynamic.
No, I like it because I want to be entertained. I think they're just more entertaining than regular.
Because you're entertained by sexual energy.
How so?
As I already explained, that's their whole.
No,
that's the bread and butter of being a VTuber.
Is that you're entertained by the sexual energy?
Yes.
If
if there was no sexual vibe, you wouldn't watch it.
No, if there was no sexual vibe, I'd still watch it.
You might make it up in your head, but I'm saying they definitely play into it to encourage you.
They play it up in my head to encourage me to enjoy them.
No, they don't play it up in your head. I'm saying they actually do, but I'm saying even if she didn't do anything herself, you would still make that connection in your brain because that's what you want.
Hey, what's going on in my head right now?
Well, you're attracted to little anime girls.
How am I attracted?
I don't know why or how you are, but you are.
How?
I mean, look at you made it your profile picture. Like you're that into them.
Oh yeah, because I support her. But how does that make me sexually attracted to her?
Well, because that's what it's about.
Well, how so?
I mean, that's the content. We already been over that.
No, we haven't. You haven't made the case that
we're just going in circles.
The entirety of the content is.
I mean, listen. I don't look into these people specifically, but they always have every single one of their clips. If you go on Twitter and somebody posts like a little highlight from their stream, it's a lot of innuendos, lots of sexual posts, lewd posts. You're telling me there's none of that?
Well, of course, there's some of that.
Some of that. Some of it. You sure about that?
Yeah.
Well, some to you is like.
Are you saying like that the whole? Okay, so what's going on in my head right now?
I don't know. I think you're a moron.
I don't know. Can you mind read me, or are we actually gonna like discuss points?
What do you want to discuss? Like, where are you going with that?
Okay. How am I sexualizing Gigi?
That she does it herself, and that's why you like it. That's your appeal to it.
Wait, do you make this jump of that's why you like it?
Yeah. Because you're weird. You like anime. You don't like actual women.
I mean, I spent the last 3-year relationship with a woman. I don't know what you mean.
And the whole time you've been stroking it to these like anime girls, right?
No.
Never?
Well, I mean, yeah, some anime girls, but I'm not stroking it to lolly content, and I'm not.
Okay, but you already. The reason I have trouble believing that is because you already proved that you don't actually know what you mean by lolly.
Do you hear this guy?
That's the issue I have.
He thinks that he can just mind read you. It's like he's not listening to your points. He's talking past your points.
Listen, stop talking to whatever losers behind you. I'm going based off of what you said. You said that she's not a lolly, and then I looked her up, and you're like, well, she doesn't have child like features. So you already.
When did I see she wasn't a lolly?
I asked you. I said, "Is your character a lolly?" You said no.
Okay, so when we say lolly, what are we meaning?
We mean depictions of children, essentially, or young features, behaviors, any of that stuff.
What is young features and behaviors?
Well, I looked at that picture of her, and it looked like a child.
When does something become not lolly?
When they don't act and look like a child.
Okay. How do they? What features make them act and look like a child? Like, let's get specific.
So when I looked at the picture of her, she looked like a kid, and I'm sure she acts like one too on stream. I'm sure she talks high pitched. I'm sure she talks like a baby.
She doesn't.
Not like
She sometimes
oh,
sometimes
sometimes. Sometimes.
yeah, of course.
Okay, well there you have it. I'm sure she portrays herself as a child. I'm sure she
I
portrays
wouldn't say
herself with
that.
childlike interests,
I wouldn't
immaturity.
say that either.
I see she does force her voice. Okay, well there you go. So that's pretty. That's so. Here's the thing. Do you think I'm
I
portraying
don't know. I've
myself as a
seen like her
child?
past life content and her current content, and I wouldn't say her voice is forced.
Listen,
Like before she was Gigi, she was a different
listen.
VTuber, and she has the same
If
voice
she
at
does
the time.
any of the things I'm mentioning, it proves my point. You know how many of those things I do? How many of those things do you think I do? Do you think I portray myself as a child at all?
I fail to see why that's relevant.
Well, because I'm trying to establish if you can define the difference. Do you think I act like a kid? Like, do you think my draw?
I think there are definitely like immature aspects of you, like especially like the trying to mind read stuff instead of like actually talking about points.
All right, you keep bringing that up, but that doesn't mean anything because I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
asking you a
because you're
question.
talking past me, so of course you don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm asking you a question. So you're aside from trying to personally insult me, saying that I'm mind reading you because
Oh
you like
no, that's not a
kids.
personal insult. That's just a descriptor of what you're doing.
Well, I'm saying that wasn't accurate. You just threw that
I
in
mean, it was
there.
very accurate.
That wasn't even what we're talking
You're
about. I'm
trying to be
saying
like, okay,
generally,
but
my
in your
content.
mind, you
Do you
like it
think people watch
for the
me because I act like a
sexualization of the
kid,
content.
or do you
The
think they like it
sexualization of the
for other
content is the whole
reasons?
thing. That's what's going on in your head. You might be saying something else, but the sexualization of the content is what's going on in your head. You're mind reading, dude. It's a descriptor of what you're doing.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
My content's sexualized.
No, see, you just prime example. You're not listening to my points.
Well, I
You're
asked you a
really just
question.
trying
You
to
didn't
mind read.
answer.
Well, it's because I was giving my point and you tried to cut me off, so I just
Well, I was
continued
already
making
talking,
it.
so I kept talking. So what I was asking is, do I portray myself as a child based on the things we agreed that she does? You know, maybe
Okay, I feel this. I
high
fail to
pitched
see why it's
voice.
relevant.
Because the whole point we're trying to make is if she is appealing to that or if she's a lolly, right? Because we were saying, you said, what's a lolly? I told you what a lolly was. And you're like, okay, how was she doing those things? And I gave you
Wait.
plenty of
But why do you
examples.
matter? Why do you matter in this discussion?
Because I'm trying to make sure you understand the difference. Do you think she acts like me? Do you think she talks from her?
No. If she acted like you, she wouldn't be as big as she is.
Well, yeah, because she appeals to the demographic of, kid lovers. I don't do that. So I agree with you.
I don't know. I think there are more kid lovers in your audience, possibly.
You already said that you disagree, though. So now you're just insulting me and my audience for no reason because you're upset.
No. I would disagree that the target audience that you're going for is child lovers.
You just
But
said
I
my
would
audience
agree that
has more kid
but I
lovers.
would
That's
agree that
crazy.
there are more child lovers in your audience, possibly, than there are GG, or at least that would harm a child.
You think there are in my audience?
Yes.
You know, like half of my audience is like people that watch me expose predators, right? Like
Yes,
yourself.
I know. Okay, now.
Do you think? Do you think?
Do you remember your last Loli debate?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, it was like a what was it? Was it against like this man or woman?
I don't know.
I'm really not sure what that was.
Me neither. I can only go off of what you portray yourself. So, you experiencing that yourself as a viewer should consider how that made you feel as a viewer and
Okay, yeah,
be more honest
okay,
about who you
cool.
were.
I don't care.
Okay.
In your previous Loli debate, you said that the shark could consent to being fucked because it could reasonably fight back against a human.
Yeah. I was making the argument that I think, listen, if you fuck a shark,
Unlike a
like,
child who couldn't.
yeah, like, listen, if you're fucking the shark, it's probably letting you do it, to be honest. Not that I'm into that. I was just making a point because I thought it was funny.
So yeah, but you made the qualifier that because it could reasonably fight off a human, that it would basically be consenting to the sex.
I would assume if you're fucking a like predator in the ocean, it's probably into it. But I feel like that wouldn't actually happen. I feel like realistically, it'd probably just kill you.
Oh, true. So if we follow that logic, if you force yourself on, let's say, an MMA fighter, a female MMA fighter, they
Okay.
could reasonably fight you back, so it wouldn't be rape, so long as you didn't drug them, of course.
What are you even saying? I don't even understand the point of this. I was making a joke. Do you think I?
You follow, oh, okay. So then you were just saying that to win the argument, which is what you accused the lolicon of doing.
Listen, I thought it was a funny thing to say. That's why I said it.
Okay, that's cool. But are you aware that that's projection? You literally just said that to try to win the argument.
Sorry, what'd you say? I realized what?
You said that just to try to win the argument against the lolicon?
I don't know. You're talking about something that happened months ago. You're gonna have to give me like the context. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, I don't actually think anybody would be able to do that. I think if you actually tried to, like, what if it was like a bear or something, right? Like a bear is about to attack you, like, no, I'm gonna fuck it instead. You're like, yeah, good luck with that. You know?
Okay, so if you're like a soy boy and you know there's like a big fucking jacked female MMA fighter, if you rape them, they could reasonably fight back. Therefore, it wouldn't be rape.
I don't agree with that. I don't know why you're even saying that.
Well, no, that's literally in your logic. That's literally following your logic 1-to-1.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying I would assume that it would allow you to be doing that if you tried, like if it was like an elephant, right? Or maybe not an elephant. I don't know how.
Well, I mean, hey, what if she's as big as an elephant, man? What if she's standing like?
No,
7
listen, we're not
foot tall,
friends. We're not having jokes about this,
shit?
okay? If you take like if there's like a dinosaur that was reincarnated, right? And you're like, oh wow, this dinosaur's about to kill me. I'm gonna just fuck it. If you get away with that, like I assume it's because it allowed you, right?
Okay,
that doesn't mean it's less weird if you did it.
Okay, yeah. So it wouldn't be less weird to rape the female MMA fighter.
No,
But,
that's the same logic. That doesn't make it less weird if you got away with it or whatever. I think
but
important.
they would consent to it if they could reasonably fight you back if they were dangerous enough in comparison to you.
I think if you're using a weird analogy to like talk about essentially non-consent with a human. So obviously there's social standards there.
No,
so
I'm literally just following your logic 1-to-1.
all right,
I
do you
can
know
draw
the
it out
answer?
for you if you want.
Well, here I'll answer your question. I don't know why we're even talking about this. You're trying to get me with a joke I made, but I don't know if you're this retarded or what the deal is.
So you
but
just made the
if you
joke
think
just to make the
that
argument. Okay, good.
me making a joke about like a bear or a shark is the same.
When you said that they
So
were just
the
saying the
difference
thing,
is it's still weird to try and do that to a human.
Given the
Even
fact
if
that you projected
they fight you
onto
off,
them,
you still
it's
did
reasonable
that.
to assume.
So that's the issue.
Where have we seen this projection before? It feels like every other week, like someone screaming, crying about lolly content pedophiles on Twitter is being outed as a pedophile, or someone who privately jacks it to lolly hentai. Like
What?
a good example of this is Vosh, but if you check out like Rev Says Deshu's channel, it's happening like every other week.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't follow this stuff. I have no idea what you're saying right now, but I'm gonna go back on your question.
Given the fact that you've been proven to have a lack of self-awareness to project onto the lolicon in trying to win the debate by just saying the shark shit.
I don't remember the context that was brought up in.
Projecting your desire to fuck actual children onto the lolicon is disgustingly high.
What?
Okay,
Man, I'll be honest. It feels really weird to hear you say this stuff with your lisp, but
that's fine. That's okay.
All right.
Okay, so are you either pro rape or potentially a child groomer who doesn't believe anything they say?
Where did you come to that conclusion? I don't understand why we're.
That's okay. I'll share my screen. I'll draw it out for you. I'll 1-to-1 the logic. We can go to the video too.
All right, if you want. Are we gonna open Paint or something? What?
Hold up, boss. Hold up. I got you.
Okay, but did you hear my point that I was making? You basically said, hey, look, if someone's strong enough to fight you off and they don't successfully, or if they do fight you off, then that means it's okay because you got your licks in still or something?
No. You made the claim that
give me 1 second.
A shark could reasonably fight you off. Therefore, if you fucked it, it would basically be consent if it let you. You made that.
Okay, I said 1 second. I wasn't listening. I heard you talking about the shark again. So I made a thing about a shark. What did I respond to you when you just asked me that a minute ago? What did I say?
What did you say? What did you say?
Did you not listen?
No.
Okay, I'll do it one more time for you. Okay, if you have sex with a shark, I would assume it's allowing you to do it. Otherwise, I would assume it probably would kill you. Okay. I don't know if anybody's ever tried. Okay, so that's as much as I know.
Do you think a moral system should be logically coherent?
Maybe. I think that gets
Maybe.
into.
Well, if you could break a rule in a moral system, wouldn't that just mean that you could break any rule and it's basically meaningless?
Well, it depends on when you get into morals in general,
It
that's
depends.
based. That's
I mean, aren't we talking about the morality of fucking lolicon right now? So we're talking
I don't
about
think so.
already.
You were asking me about sharks, but to answer your question, I think morality is a weird thing because people base their morals on various things like religion and stuff. So
yeah, it's true. But
I'm allergic to virgins. Anyways, so wait, I gotta look at this shit real quick.
So you want to 1-to-1 it?
All right. Anyways, so let's get back to the point I was making. So you mentioned something. You were trying to use a joke I made about a shark to say that I think it's okay to like get your licks in on somebody, so to speak, as long as they fight you off.
Basically, if we follow the same logic.
Wait, can I respond to that though? You already made your point. I hear you.
You made the case that it would be okay to rape a female MMA fighter if they were dangerous or strong enough, because your only qualifier otherwise against.
All right, I'm going to respond to your point now. Okay. Here's why I think it's different. Here's a similar thing of what you're saying, right? So let's give like a lesser example, right?
What are you saying? You just said that to try to win the argument against the lolicon?
I already told you have to give me the context. You got to pay attention. If you want me to address a point that I made previously, I need you to actually give me the context. Don't just say like a random joke I made about a shark.
That's okay, man. We'll pull it up. I'll link you.
All right, you do that. I'm gonna go ahead and respond now with another follow-up.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
When you're saying stuff about like an MMA fighter and all that shit, let me give you like a lesser example, right? You're basically also implying that I would think it's okay, which I don't know why you're saying me, but just to clarify, a similar example. Yeah, you already said that. A similar example to what you just said about the MMA fighter would be like if some girl is like wearing a skirt or something, and then you like start feeling up her like ass or something, and then she like slaps your hand away, right?
Well, it's like she's not particularly dangerous or strong enough to reasonably fight you off.
Well, she slapped your hand away. Why does it have to be like? It doesn't matter how much she's able to.
That was the qualifier you gave, and I'll link you the qualifier.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna listen to it. You got to give me your own argument. But
I'm not gonna listen to it. We fucking got him, boys.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to it on the stream. So I want you to use your own words.
You just said that to try to win
I'm going to deafen you if you're not going to let me speak my point.
He's fucking running.
All right, I'm going to mute you for a second unless I do want to hear you.
It's okay.
You can still hear me.
I'll mute you as well until
okay, well, I'm going to make it to my point because I'm not going to sit here and have you make accusations about me on my stream. All right, I'll give you a second then. Okay, so let me guys give you an example of the point he made there. Okay, so he's saying... I made a joke about if you like any apex predator like a lion, a bear, a shark. I made a joke saying, hey, you know what? If you fucked it and didn't die, it must have let you, which is probably true if we're being honest. I don't know why he made the comparison that I think it's okay to like do that just because I said that's probably true. Like I still think that's weird, obviously, but he already knows I think that. That's why he keeps interrupting me. He's basically just trying to say, you think it's okay to fuck animals? You think it's okay to do this stuff? And blah, blah, blah. He's just trying to interrupt me. He won't let me speak. Rolling the shark joke to you being pro-rape. Yeah, exactly. And then he tried making a comparison that, oh, well, okay, if there's a female MMA fighter, because she can fight you off, that means you think it's okay to do things to her, even though she's able to fight you off. And then I'm like, okay, well, another comparison you can make to that is like, okay, what if some girl is wearing like a skirt or something, you like touch her ass and she slaps your hand away? It doesn't matter how much of a power dynamic, right? I think it's still weird either way. Oh, I think he left. I think it's still weird either way, obviously, if you're gonna, like, who thinks that's acceptable? So, I mean, this guy is clearly, did he ban his ass? No, not yet. We'll give him a chance to come back. So, wait, he left the server? Okay, yeah, we can ban him now. Go ahead. Wait, so... he got backed into a corner and then just tried calling me a rapist. Oh my god. Bro got so mad. Like, do you see how the topic was asking him? He started off by saying he doesn't like lollies. It's always the same thing with these guys. They always try to like downplay what they're into.
Herblot, if you're watching this, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. We're gonna have a fun time with Herblot. And thank you. Please like, subscribe, and I guess see you in the next video.